I'm in sound test with a Cyclone MPU board, and you can see that there is no sound at steps 5, 6, or 7. And I've got my scope hooked up here. 5, 6, 7. That's when the CVSD should be making sound. So I'm probing pin 9 here. I can also probe pin 12 and see the same results, 6, 7, and then it fades out. So there should be sound, there is sound coming into the CVSD. Now I'm going to probe pin 3, which is the same as the top of C90. For 6, 7. So there's very little coming out of this CVSD. So we're going to have to change this 55.516 or 55.536 and see if that fixes the issue. This is the Cyclone MPU, and I have the Ferris wheel or mystery wheel board cobbled up to the MPU for this thing. I'm going to go into switch test, and you can see it's reporting switch 41, which is the wheel opto. I've got it connected correctly here, and if I break the beam and then remove the beam, or remove my interrupter, so it's going to break the beam, and when I remove it, it's going to report the switch is closed. Works every time. I don't know why this would not work in the game unless the interrupter on the mystery wheel isn't hitting between this opto, this U-shaped opto. All right, let's test the rest of the game. And you can see the stepper motor is running. And here is the Cyclone MPU that almost made me pull my hair out, what left there is of it. I had repaired this board in the past, and that's my tag from the previous time that I repaired it. And the client put it back in his game, and somewhere along the way, sounds 5, 6, and 7 in sound test, and I don't know what they translate to in gameplay, stopped working. All of those sounds, and I've documented this in the pin wiki now, come from this 55.536, which is a CVSD, continuous variable slope something or the other, and they're routed through this 1458 amplifier twice, and then they get mixed in with the other sounds from the soundboard. So it's very improbable that any of these resistors or capacitors will fail in this section that tune the amplifier, but this capacitor C12, which was a tantalum cap, it's a 4700 picofarad I believe, had failed, and it was providing a bypass path around the 1458. So I'd get sound out of the CVSD, sound into and out of the first stage of amplification of the 1458, but it would never come out the second stage of amplification in the 1458. So it took me quite some time to track that one down, but let's give it a test. I have my Victor display tester up here, different from the first time I had this board here. And let's test every function of the board. So those are all working properly. Display test, those sounds come from the soundboard. I do have a D11581 soundboard, you can see right there with Cyclone ROMs in it. Display test is working properly. Now here's where I ran into a problem before.
Hey, yo! Hurry, hurry! Step right up!
So the hey you, hurry, hurry, and step right up were missing. Totally quiet.
Hurry, hurry, step right up.
But we can see those are working now. All lamp test. Single lamp test. Ghosting is normal when driving LCDs. Solenoid test. Help if I put all the connectors on. So let me let that run through. These are the special solenoids. Now it'll go back and it'll do the AC select relay for each of the multiplexed solenoids. I can test the switch inputs while that's going on. And these two orange ones, those are the flipper power enable relay. So those are all working as they should. We can do switch edges. And Cyclone uses every switch. Nice. Now here's where it was getting buggered up. And you can see in the videos I'll roll in after this, the wheel, mystery wheel, is in fact working. You can see it's pulsing the stepper motors here, trying to make it go. The opto on that wheel is working correctly also. So I suspect that the opto interrupter on the actual wheel itself isn't breaking the beam. But I guess that's what the client's going to have to check out. I think I've already set this to free play. Nope. Now I did. And the game will reboot. Normal operation. See, it's trying to drive the mystery wheel a little bit here. And that was the another flasher or something. All normal.